I'm technology strategist and futurist, Crystal Washington.
And I'm Karen McCullough. I want to get you excited about change and learning about the generations. And today we want you to rethink it forward.
And we talk about rethinking it. This whole series is about rethinking the things that may have worked for you in the past, but are not going to work for you in the future, and that probably aren't working for you anymore right now either. Yeah. And today, for those of you that are in a position, whether you own a business or whether you're in corporate America and you handle client relationships, today we're looking at basically how we can stop selling and start helping, and how that's really the key to success for continued sales into the future. Because in the COVID-19 era, just hardcore selling feels kind of icky. Karen, have you been getting some weird emails lately from people trying to sell you COVID related, not related stuff?
It's so many on people's newsletters, on people wanting to be buying their subscriptions. It's icky, and I don't like it, and I'm just deleting it. And I'm remembering this. So I think we've got to really think about the brand that we're creating, personally or a business.
Well, it's actually changed the way that I look at some brands and some people. Are you having that same experience where now it's kind of like before I thought they were awesome, and now it's kind of like, oh.
It's not good. It's not good.
Yeah. So we're going to help you get over that, because at the end of the day, it's all about building relationships. Karen, in episode 1 when we spoke, I talked about how I leveraged relationships during the last economic downturn to grow my business. I actually used meetup.com. And what helped me grow my business was I never promoted my business. I always sought ways to help the members of the group grow their businesses and grow partnerships. And as a result of that, they started coming to me for business as well, but I never promoted myself. And so similarly, right now, here we are, Karen, we're in the middle of COVID-19.
Right.
And we're both in the meetings and events industry, right? So
right. Cancellations coming out the yin yang.
We're grounded, right? Like what started for me is like one of the busiest years I've had to date. Now my calendar's cleared for 3 months. But what's interesting about this is before the cancellations really started rolling in, Karen, I kind of had this bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. And what I realized, Karen, is I had a realization that as a keynote speaker, just like you, I'm very young and I'm extremely healthy. And so I'm not concerned with catching the COVID-19 disease itself. Like I'm not too worried about the outcome for me. But what occurred to me is that as someone who speaks to thousands of people a week like you do, and then crisscrosses the country, I could be the person passing this on to innumerable people and hurting people.
I get it.
Yeah. So once I had that realization, I was like, oh gosh. So I started contacting my clients and saying, hey, I'm not going to cancel on you. I'm here for you. But if you find that you need to cancel, here are 3 ways we're going to make this work where we can take care of you, whether it's virtual options, whether it's postponing it within this amount of time, whether it's us doing a hybrid event, whether it's me getting someone local for you to do something smaller in the office, depending on the type of event. So I already sent those emails out and gave them suggestions. Well, Karen, after the first major press conference that we had from the White House, really kind of encouraging people to practice social distancing.
Right.
Yeah, you remember that. All my clients started emailing me and saying, oh my gosh, Crystal, you know what? We're so stressed out. The hotel's holding us to this, or we're trying to negotiate this. But at least with you, we know what we're going to do. Can we go with option number 2? Can we go with option number 3? So I started looking for ways to be of help to them beforehand. Additionally, I made myself open to them for brain dumps. I was like, if y'all need to brainstorm anything, even past clients, just give me a call. I'm not charging. There's nothing to this. I'm here to help you. Karen, let me ask you a question. Are your clients stressed right now?
Yes. So while you have the insight, this is why I partner with her, everyone. I am no dummy. I really didn't. But I felt about 6 months ago, I got the feeling that I needed to begin to change some things. So I created an online course because I'm always looking for that shoe to drop. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know it was going to be COVID-19, but I was just feeling that I had heard the word recession. Really, I had gone to a national speakers meeting a year before, and they talked about becoming recession proof. And I made a decision then, when the word recession was in my head, that I was going to be much more digital. So last April, I created my first online course, which I love doing. I'm thinking about doing another one. But today, just as we're talking, I got 2 calls from 2 bureaus asking me if I would make kind of an uplifting video. One of them is in healthcare for all of their healthcare professionals and the nurses right now that they could just play. They want a series of fun things that they can do to help relieve their stress. So Crystal, I didn't think of it, but they're calling me right now, and I'm feeling like, wow, this is the time for us, instead of selling, to just take a breath back and start helping.
Just be a help. And similar to that, not only have I been getting similar calls, but even when you talk about the client stress levels, I know some of them are reverting to digital right now. But in addition to that, Karen, one of the things that I noticed with some of them being stressed out is that I just started even sending gifts to them, and not just standard gifts, but if I know that someone loves, I don't know, sausage, you get sausage gifts from me. If I know you drink wine, I'm sending you wine. If I know that you have okay, so I know, send you wine, Karen. If someone loves Little Rascals, I send them Little Rascals something, whatever. And so I think that this is the time where helping is not only making our brain power available, not only being flexible, but also just showing people we see them and we understand they're doing their best and they're stressed out too. And Karen, I know you have some more examples of ways that.
Well, I was thinking about it when we started. We said we were going to talk about this, that we can do that, but I want to put a positive spin on this. I want you to begin. I listen to the news a lot, even though I know I shouldn't, but CNBC, I know, because I talk about stress, but CNBC really helps me understand what corporations are doing and companies are doing. And I have a list here today. It was just said that Uber Eats is delivering 300,000 meals to healthcare professionals and first responders. Apple, Tim Cook, is donating 2 million industrial masks to the US and Europe. GM and Tesla are thinking about making ventilators. And here's a cool one. Kroger, Walmart, Walgreens, all the grocery stores are just the ones that are on the project, all the grocery stores that are in this plan are having Tuesdays and some Wednesdays and Thursdays, opening hours 7 to 8 for seniors, so that the seniors don't have to be in with all of those millennials.
I love that. Just general thoughtfulness. I think, Karen, the key going forward for anyone listening right now is to not seize up and do nothing. We don't want to be salesy. So don't just push the normal messaging you normally would. You have to adapt right now. You absolutely have to adapt. You cannot afford to get it wrong. But don't seize up and go quiet either. Here's your opportunity. Jot down some ways that you can start to reach out to people. Many of us are developing deeper relationships with our clients and our peers and our referral partners because everyone is on the same boat right now. And so take a few minutes to jot down ways that you can be of service, not asking for anything in return, and start going through that address book and making those connections and letting people know you're there for them.
And when you're out walking, because everyone in my neighborhood is walking, wave to people, smile, say hi, because we are here to spread the kindness.
Well, Karen, I think we can end on that note right now. Everyone knows now that we have to focus on those relationships. That's the key to going forward. And we also know now that helping is the new selling.
Thank you. Bye-bye.